Patricia Williams had never been particularly interested in social media until her youngest daughter insisted she join Facebook to see photos of her first grandchild. At 56, Patricia found the technology confusing, but enjoyed staying connected with family members scattered across the country. She checked Facebook maybe twice a week, usually just to like photos and read updates about her grandchildren. Her husband Gary had been on Facebook much longer, though he rarely posted anything. Gary was a quiet man, a supervisor at the local manufacturing plant who preferred face-to-face conversations to online interactions. In 28 years of marriage, Patricia had learned to appreciate his steady, predictable nature. He went to work, came home for dinner, watched television, and went to bed. Their life together was comfortable and routine. The post that changed everything appeared on a Thursday morning in October. Patricia was drinking her morning coffee and scrolling through Facebook when she saw Gary's name in her news feed. This was unusual enough to catch her attention, since Gary posted maybe 3 times a year, usually birthday wishes for family members. But this wasn't a birthday post. The post showed Gary and a woman Patricia didn't recognize, clearly taken at a restaurant she'd never seen. They were sitting close together, holding hands across the table, smiling at the camera in a way that was unmistakably romantic. The woman was attractive, probably in her early 40s, with short blonde hair and bright red lipstick. The caption read, "Finally got to celebrate our 6-month anniversary. Amazing how life can surprise you when you least expect it. Love you, beautiful." Patricia stared at the screen, certain she was misunderstanding something. Gary was at work. He'd kissed her goodbye that morning like he had every morning for nearly 3 decades. This post had to be from months ago, maybe a joke, possibly a mistake. But the timestamp showed it had been posted 20 minutes earlier. Patricia's hands shook as she clicked on the woman's profile. Linda Morrison, divorced, lived in the next town over, worked as a dental hygienist. Her profile was public, filled with photos of her 2 teenage children, her small apartment, and increasingly frequent pictures with Gary. Patricia scrolled through Linda's timeline with growing horror. There was Gary at a baseball game Patricia thought he'd attended with his co-workers. There was Gary at a restaurant for Linda's birthday, a celebration Patricia knew nothing about. There was Gary helping Linda move furniture, Gary at Linda's son's graduation, Gary looking comfortable and happy in a life Patricia had never suspected existed. The photos went back months. While Patricia had been planning their upcoming retirement, cooking Gary's favorite meals, and looking forward to more time together, Gary had been building an entire relationship with another woman. The worst part was how public it had become. Patricia realized that Linda's friends could see these photos, that Linda's co-workers knew about Gary, that there was an entire community of people who knew about this relationship, while Patricia had been completely in the dark. Patricia's phone rang as she sat staring at the Facebook post. It was her sister Carol calling from 2 states away. "Patricia, honey, I just saw Gary's Facebook post. What in the world is going on?" The question that Patricia couldn't answer. She had no idea what was going on. Her husband of 28 years had apparently been living a double life, and she'd discovered it the same way everyone else would, through a careless social media post. More calls followed. Their daughter Sarah, their son Mike, Gary's brother, friends from church. Gary's Facebook post was visible to his entire friends list, which included most of their family and social circle. Everyone wanted to know if Patricia was aware of Gary's girlfriend, if they were getting divorced, what this meant for the family. Patricia had no answers. She'd learned about her husband's affair at the same time as everyone else. Gary came home from work that evening with flowers, like he did every Friday for the past 5 years. He seemed relaxed and happy, humming as he hung up his coat. He had no idea that his world was about to collapse. Patricia was waiting in the living room with her laptop open to his Facebook post. "Gary, we need to talk." The look on Gary's face when he saw the screen was something Patricia would never forget. Pure panic, followed by the realization of what he'd done. He'd posted the anniversary photo to the wrong account. He'd meant to post it to a private account he'd created to communicate with Linda, but had accidentally shared it to his main Facebook profile instead. 28 years of marriage destroyed by a social media mistake. Gary tried to explain, tried to minimize the relationship, claimed it wasn't serious, but Patricia had seen the timeline. 6 months of dates, celebrations, intimate moments, and family gatherings. Linda's children knew Gary. Linda's friends considered them a couple. This wasn't a casual fling, it was a complete parallel life. The technological trail was devastating. Patricia spent the weekend going through Gary's online presence while he stayed at his brother's house. She found evidence of the relationship everywhere: shared Spotify playlists, location check-ins at places they'd visited together, comments on each other's posts going back 8 months. Gary had been planning to leave Patricia. His internet search history showed apartment rentals, divorce lawyers, and research about retirement account divisions. He'd been methodically preparing for a life with Linda while maintaining the facade of a happy marriage with Patricia. The Facebook post had accidentally accelerated his timeline by months. The divorce proceedings were swift. Gary couldn't deny the affair when the evidence was literally posted online for everyone to see. Their friends and family had already seen the proof, and Gary's reputation in their small community was destroyed. The social consequences were severe. Gary had coached Little League for 15 years, served on the church board, and been respected at his job. The public nature of his infidelity changed how everyone saw him. Parents questioned his judgment around their children. The church asked him to step down from leadership positions. His co-workers treated him differently. Linda, meanwhile, faced her own community backlash. Her friends learned through the Facebook post that she'd been involved with a married man for 6 months. Her children were embarrassed when classmates saw the photos and asked questions. Her employer, a family dental practice, was uncomfortable with the scandal affecting their professional reputation. Patricia found unexpected support from her online community. Friends and family rallied around her, sharing resources for divorce support, offering practical help, and expressing outrage at Gary's deception. The same social media platform that had revealed his betrayal became a source of strength for Patricia. 6 months later, Patricia was living alone in the house she'd shared with Gary, but she wasn't lonely. She'd joined several Facebook groups for women starting over after divorce, had connected with old friends she'd lost touch with, and had even started dating someone she'd met through a community organization. Gary and Linda's relationship didn't survive the public scrutiny. The romantic excitement of a secret affair couldn't withstand the reality of community judgment and family complications. They broke up within 4 months of the Facebook post, leaving Gary alone and regretful. Gary eventually moved to another town, starting over with a new job and a much more private approach to social media. He never remarried, and according to mutual friends, he lived quietly and carefully, having learned the hard way that technology can make private mistakes very public very quickly. Patricia thrived in her new independence. She traveled with friends, took up photography, and started a small business selling handmade crafts online. She used the same social media skills that had revealed Gary's betrayal to build a successful business and maintain connections with people who mattered to her. The irony wasn't lost on Patricia. Gary's careless Facebook post had ended their marriage, but it had also freed her from a relationship built on lies she'd never suspected. The technology that destroyed her old life had helped her build a much better new one. Sometimes the biggest mistakes really do lead to the greatest opportunities for change. Thank you for joining me for this story about how modern technology can reveal truths we never expected to discover. If you've enjoyed seeing how a simple social media error can change everything, please subscribe for more tales of unexpected revelations and new beginnings. I'll be back soon with another story that shows how the most ordinary moments can lead to the most extraordinary changes.